Hello ladies and gents. So, the Book of Boba Fett had the Mandalorian in. The Mandalorian wielded the Darksaber. The Mandalorian faced off against another Vizsla, part of his clan. And he revealed that he'd taken his mask off, his helmet. And he was exiled. Now, the Mandalorian Season 3 will be dealing with that aftermath, that basically Din Djarin must go to the living waters in the mines of Mandalore to basically rekindle his honor, I guess. This is pretty standard. We knew that this would happen if you'd watched the Book of Boba Fett. But this is just a news piece that dropped with some reveals and some leaks. It's quite funny when we're talking about waters. But yes, there's apparently some leaks here. So it's nothing crazy spoilers like we thought that this would be the case. Some pretty cool information though, I think, personally. So the Mandalorian, new details on how the series deals with the Book of Boba Fett's aftermath. If you hear me sort of groaning a little bit here and there, don't worry, I'm not doing anything strange off screen. I've blown my back out and I'm in significant amounts of pain just sitting here. Also, just before we dive into this a little bit further ahead as well, please do drop in the description box, hit subscribe on my second channel, and check out my Twitter and my Instagram. But anyway, in an episode of the Book of Boba Fett devoted to Din Djarin, I think there was 3 in the end, we learn that to regain his status as a Mandalorian, the bounty hunter must return to Mandalore. Yep, and go in the living waters. So the Bespin Bulletin, yep, the Bespin Bulletin, who actually, believe it or not, like MakingStarWars.net has now vouched for. So MakingStarWars.net has been right with basically every single leak that they've had. If they're vouching for the Bespin Bulletin on other things, I would say the Bespin Bulletin has some level of legitimacy. So take this with a pinch of salt, but it's probably right. Now, the Bespin Bulletin has claimed to have seen evidence of a location that appears to be a cave set for the mines of Mandalore, used for the Mandalorian Season 3. So in the Book of Boba Fett, we learned that the only way for Din Djarin to rejoin his clan and be considered a Mandalorian again is to travel to Mandalore and redeem himself in the mine's living waters. Potentially an impossible task. Now, because of the Night of 1,000 Tears, I'd imagine. Now, apparently, the cave had a blue screen in front of it with a singular source, adding they believe the blue screen was being used for a lake. Which makes sense, actually. It's black and has black sand or dirt in front of it. Now that would be due to the bombings that took place on Mandalore. I would imagine it's all burnt, scorched, blown apart. Or it could just simply be because it's a mine. But I thought that was interesting. Now, according to the site, I was told of scenes being filmed which featured a large mountain with snow on top of it in the background, and that Din Djarin, the Armourer, and Paz Vizsla were around for those scenes, with my belief being they're connected to the cave set, as I'd heard the same group being linked to those sets. I think what is interesting here, actually, is more that the Armourer and Paz Vizsla just like trundled along with them, with Din Djarin. Why would they turn up? To witness it? To make sure that he does it? Strange. I mean, I guess anyone could just say that they've been there. Oh, I've just been there. Oh, really? Okay, cool. You're the Mandalorian again. It's a bit odd, right? But anyway, so apparently they're there. I think that's probably the most surprising part of this. It makes sense that this would be the narrative thread that they weave for this season. And also links to some other rumours that we'd had, that there would be another big fight actually on Mandalore as well, which Grogu's a part of in the most ridiculous way. Don't get me started on that. I'm not going to spoil it here, but it's absolutely ludicrous. Total nonsense. Sounds absolutely shite. But there you go. I mean, that seems to make a lot of sense. I'm not sure how this is then going to tie into the Snoke situation, because we'd also heard rumours that there would be more cloning tanks and, you know, much more connection to Snoke on a whole. So that's a bit of a surprise. You know, like, the story had always felt like it was going towards that in the long run, because of course the Empire wants the child Grogu to help assist in recreating a body for the Emperor, a Snoke basically. So this sort of side story to Mandalore, maybe they just track him down there and they want to take him, and that's probably how that ties into it, maybe. But this is not like spoilers. We knew that this was going to be the story moving forwards. Of course, he's going to want to redeem himself. He is a hardcore fundamentalist Mandalore. It makes sense. They theorise that the cave is black because it was burned during the Empire's Great Purge of Mandalore. I think it's called the Night of a Thousand Tears. I could be wrong. And it wouldn't be at all surprising if we're going to be paying the planet a visit after what happened the last time we saw the Bounty Hunter and Grogu. As a rightful wielder of the Darksaber, Djarin needs to regain his status as a Mandalorian, particularly if there's a chance that the planet could be restored. The story of Din attempting to return the child to his people is over, so moving on to Mandalore, and perhaps even how Moff Gideon is tied to Emperor Palpatine's resurrection, does make sense. It does. This article also notes that there have been rumours that The Mandalorian Season 3 will be the show's last, before the stage is set for some sort of movie finale, but time will tell on that front. I've not heard that, in fairness, but Pedro Pascal is now tied to The Last of Us for HBO Max, so his schedule is booking up, basically. But I mean, look, you know, in terms of their focus on Mandalore, I can't see Din becoming, you know, the leader of Mandalore. Can you? I don't think that would work as part of who he is. It just doesn't seem right. Like, what's he going to do? Rule over Mandalore and then have the child next to him as some like confidant? Some like first in command? It's a bit odd. Bit of a strange direction to take. Then, you know, him turning up to be, oh yeah, I need to sort myself out and become a Mandalorian again by wading into these waters. That makes sense. That's something he would do. But he doesn't seem interested in leading. He doesn't seem bothered by that. So restoring Mandalore, interesting. But then also that throws into the question, why have we not heard about it since? You'd think you would have. You know, come like the other trilogy that happened. You'd think they'd go like, oh, we can call on Mandalore now. It's just been restored. But no. Strange. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. So drop them down below. If you're new here, like I said, do hit subscribe, turn the bell notifications on. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. Take care.